You, esteemed guests over here. I believe, and from what I have heard from Mr. Braj, is really indeed because he is an amazing person and he has done so much in society. I understand that his friends who are here, who are present here, his supporters are also equally, okay, that's me. Yes, so all those present here are also equally doing very well in society and giving a lot back to society. So it is a wonderful space to share with all of you. Like you mentioned, I'm serving at the Baha'i House of Worship, which is commonly known as the Lotus Temple because of its structure. And as you have seen, many of you have been here before. It is one of the most visited places and really apart from its architectural beauty, it is really the feeling of oneness that everyone feels when they come here, because truly the purpose of this house of worship is of unity of mankind. And we have been in touch for I think almost 2 years now, and this was planned to happen before as well, but due to the pandemic it didn't work out. But we are happy that we finally made it happen and to share this space with you. So I just thought to share a few thoughts on behalf of the Office of Public Affairs of the Baha'i Community of India on peace. And our office has also been engaged with various stakeholders, with religious groups, with civil society, to really explore what is the role of religion in bringing peace and how can we make transformation possible. So as we all know that, and like was discussed before, really the growing recognition of the conception of peace is, it's in one way we look at it as the cessation of violence and conflict, but it has very limited results. And those who have been in the field of peace and conflict resolution, they acknowledge that efforts to address this intergroup conflict and violence are most enduring when they are carried out in context of a long-term commitment to social and economic justice and to strengthening the bonds that hold diverse peoples in society together. Peace in its broader sense is a condition of collective thriving, a state of communal health and well-being. In this sense, the challenge of peace is one that faces all human societies and not only those currently enduring war or coping with its aftermath. So, friends, to be prepared for the challenges of the 21st century, our conception of peace will need to focus on the vast and untapped potential, which is to collaborate and draw from the strength of the diversity that exists. The seeds of peace lie within the human nature, just as do those of war. Each civilization chooses which seed to water. So it really depends on us which seed we are watering, the seed of peace or the seed of war. For too long, aspects of human nature tend towards conflict and violence have been nurtured, consolidated and reinforced through culture, through media, our systems of knowledge and our social structures and institutions. So like Mr. Braj was mentioning, that one of the areas of focus is also, like he mentioned, for gender equality. And that has been one of the goals and one of the efforts. So if we look at, from that lens also, we look at peace, we see that the emancipation of women, which is the achievement of full equality between the sexes, is another challenging, though less acknowledged, prerequisite of peace. The denial of this equality, this perpetrates that injustice against one half of the population and promotes in men harmful attitudes and habits that are carried from family to the workplace, to political life, and ultimately to international relations. And discrimination against women is among the oldest forms of oppression, and no society can claim to have overcome it. values of male privilege has been kneaded into the very clay of every institution and structure of society that is formed. But unfortunately, in many cases, religious texts have also been interpreted in a way that makes them seem to be conditioning or condoning a male superiority. And when the texts of religions are viewed not as isolated artifacts, but as a part of one divine process of building civilization, it becomes possible to see that the principle of equality of the sexes is being elaborated gradually over time. So friends, I will not take much time from this wonderful space, but there are many questions really that one can reflect on, and how the equality of the sexes is also a prerequisite for bringing peace. So I will leave you with that question, and maybe for you all to reflect that how really one can see within our personal life, within our workspace, within the various relationships that we share, how gender equality is also one aspect towards peace. So thank you so much for giving me this time, and we are very privileged to have all of you here and to host all of you. Thank you so much.